look at you.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
I have worked with youngsters. I am actually a youth worker in Greece in an organization called Youth Netelas, and I also do trainings and stuff about economics because this is what I study. This is what I'm good at.
I do not work exactly as a youth worker or something like that, but I have participated in a lot of projects before. I have been a leader of a project and a group leader for youngsters as well. About vulnerable youth, never done that, I think, but then again, it is a question how we define vulnerable youth.
Actually, in the moment, I'm not working with vulnerable youth, but I'm studying the professor master. So in the future, I hope I will work with them. Normally, I go in summer to different kind of trips to Africa and other different points of Spain, and I work with youth, not always vulnerable, but sometimes you find someone who is vulnerable, and I really enjoy to try to guess their needs or how can I help them. So I think this is going to be a really useful training course because of my future laboral projects.
I was working with youngsters. I'm educator in my orphanages. There live youngsters without adequate parents' care.
It was interesting for me to participate because it's a unique subject for me. I don't have too much experience in this kind of knowledge and activities, and because I'm curious to learn every day more and more, I think that was an excellent idea for me to come here.
I always like new challenges, I always like to learn new things, and I always like to do something, well, I don't like to spend my vacation just doing nothing. I like to grow my personality, and that is one of the reasons why I participate in general in international projects.
I choose to come to Struga to this training course because of the program. Actually, when I read theater, creative writing, and focusing emotions, for me it was the perfect training course. I mean, I really love writing. I'm interested in theater, even though I haven't done it so much. But I think I can learn a lot of these kind of subjects and maybe, I don't know, apport some things of my experiences.
Because it was a very interesting topic for me, theater, creative writing, something about emotions.
I think the way people think when they are doing so much practice on children, I think their perspective can meet my expectations, and also combine the knowledge and my knowledge, we can do great stuff in the future.
I do enjoy writing. I do write some poems, but here I learned to do them in a different way. I have never seen a poem written from an article where you just pick some words and in the end you just have something amazing.
For me, I think it's great. I didn't expect to be such great, but after 5 days here, I feel more and more eager to learn, and this is amazing because it's difficult to find good projects like this nowadays. Yes, you know, it's the people, the atmosphere, everything. It's well organized. The trainers are very friendly. People are very friendly to each other. We don't have a competition, competitive each other. The learning activities are very nice, and I think this is great for me.
Yeah, I already mentioned about the poetry writing. That was one really, really good thing. And about forum theater, which was quite interesting, and I would like to go deeper into that. And I think that it can be used also with the youngsters back in Tallinn.
I found the program really interesting. Just in one view, I think if you're interested in these topics, you want to come. And I think the organization has followed the program as expected. We made like creative writing, poetry stuff, working in groups. We have developed our projects, our workshops and everything.
It was very interesting and how do you say balanced or something?
Yeah, balance. So free time, not free time, really thinking about things, but also doing things.
Yeah.
A lot of energizer. I like that.
The energizer, but also the theater, the creative writing, but also the free time. So we got to learn each other and learn from other countries with the intercultural nights. I think they were really amazing.
Yes.
And the reflections, the reflection groups.
Yeah, we learned a lot about actually other countries, and like in the informal moments we talked about, and when we had an informal moment we still were talking about what we did and how is your opinion. Oh, I could use that. Oh, I never thought about it that way. So it was really interesting to see how everything turned out.
Yeah, and also to give a workshop ourselves. It was very interesting and I loved it. So it was really fun to do.
And the feedback we got, I was really surprised by it.
Yeah.
So it was really, gives me passion to go on.
I've learned that many new things about form theater, emotion, how to express more the feelings, how to understand the feelings of others, and about multicultural here, about the place. I think it's brilliant for me.
I think I've learned a lot of things in this project, but the most important thing is the skills, different skills of creative writing, improvisation in theater, travel with other people of other countries in groups. I learned how to make a project, what is important to focus on, and I learned, I improved my English. I met new people.
Yeah, I learned about myself, who I am as a person, and my own values, and about other cultures. It's actually it's like tied in a knot all the same, because when you're learning in the project, you're learning about others, you're learning about how other countries, other people think about it. So actually, it's all tied in one.
And it's a lot of things I've learned are not how you say it, concrete or
they are fluent.
Yeah, and I think maybe like in 1 year or in 20 years, I will think, I also learned that, and I also learned that. Just
you can't
way of thinking in life.
You can't go home and say, I learned this, because you learned so much and you can't point like, I only learned that and that. No, I learned that. And when you come to situations, you will say, oh, I learned that. Just realizing it afterwards, you learn so many things.
I learned many things. Actually, on this project, I started to see things which was happening to me, but now are happening to other people. And somehow I'm trying to help them. For example, that girl from yesterday.
I've learned so many things, how to deal with these youngsters. Beside the program, I have learned how do people deal with vulnerable youth in different countries, and I learned their culture. We had these cultural evenings where people told others about their countries.
I learned to be so much creative, yes, and relax and thinking about not so strict stuff. Be more informal learning, and that is important for me. Yes, I learned so many things about Erasmus Plus program on these projects. I didn't thinking about key actions 2, key actions 3. I don't know. I know that they exist, but I don't know what is that.
Yeah, I will totally use maybe the forum theater thing, because I think that is a well perspective to try to change the reality of something, even though even though you knew it's a theater. You know it's a theater. It's not in an action. It's not a live action thing. So it's well to see the perspective of different people trying to change the facts during the same event.
New friends and also a lot of skills to develop with the students and with my personal life, professional life, such as how to develop a project, which objectives do I have to follow, which methods should I use, or in which kind of things should I focus. And it's so interesting that I've learned a lot of ways to come up with something that I like.
The cultural differences, like we could tell it to our youngsters, you know how we do a lot of things they don't have it in other countries. So that's one thing I will tell to them, and also the energizers and the tools and the things we made ourselves here. I could use them all.
Yeah. And also my personal development. I learned a lot about myself. It made me feel more confident being here. And it's difficult to tell others about this project because you have to experience it. And I want to say to the people in Belgium that they also have to do an experience like that for yourself and to learn about life. And
don't think about it, but just do it.
Everything is very useful for my work and for my university also, with my students, with Erasmus students who comes in Zagreb.
Difficult question. I think all of them are unique in somehow, but I think some of Energizers were unique because we were active and also learned from each other and competitive in a good way.
My most memorable moment, I think that it was after the Dixit, that our team together wrote an amazing poem which touched all of us. We all wrote just one sentence, but when we put it together, it was just so amazing. And I think, as I have heard, it inspired also other people to.
The Belgium workshop, and we did an activity with the bus of emotions, and I found it really useful and interesting how your feelings or how are you feeling in that moment can affect others, and if you put it in practice in your life, the way that you talk to others and how do you transmit others your feelings, or how are you saying?
So remember, I gave the workshop with my colleagues, and how everything turned out to be pretty good, because we didn't think it would turn out that great out. Yeah, for me it was like, maybe it will work, maybe not, but it's turned out to be amazing, and they all learned with it, so it was even more amazing that they could use those stuff. And I also learned, just by connecting with people, I'm going to remember the connections I made the most, actually.
The most memorable moment, maybe we had this one workshop where we needed to write our own poem, and I've never done that before, so I will never forget sharing our ideas and 5 people writing one poem. It is really beautiful for me.
Every moment, I don't know now, but I have so nice memories.
Oh, that's nice. I think every youth in European Union and around the world, maybe don't conclude in a small circle of this, must to join this kind of projects, because you learn, you become more open. It's unlimited the reasons why someone should do it, but I think to many people around Europe they change their lives. So I think if someone don't have this opportunity, they should have done this, or they should do this in the future.
These can be life-changing experiences. You never, even if you are an introverted person and you go somewhere it can open new door and you discover yourself totally from a different angle, and your life can be completely different. And I would suggest not like put aside your fears and just come and join and change your life.
Easy way to meet new people, travel, know other places, discover yourself, discover other people, and learn a lot of things that you don't expect you are going to learn. Even it's so easy to come and free, and I don't find a reason to not to come. So I hope everyone can participate in an Erasmus Plus even once in their lives, or maybe once again. For me, I want to come in maybe to Macedonia or other places in Europe or whatever. I don't know. Hopefully.
Yeah, just for the experience and for your personal development, I would recommend. It's just, yeah, you learn so much about yourself and others. I would recommend it just for the experience alone already.
Yeah, and I hope we can do something with this experience with our youngsters, because I really would recommend them to go here for their self-development, because this is a way of learning you can't
recreate at home.
Yeah, we have to
be here to learn the same things.
And I hope we can realize that in Belgium for our youngsters in Arctis.
I will recommend Erasmus Plus on everyone, but the first reason why I chose Erasmus project was to find myself again.
I would recommend Erasmus Plus projects to other people, because I think it's like unique chance to know other cultures, know about problems in their countries, how they deal with it, like maybe know, learn from their experience and use these things they have used in your own country.
All the best, of course. They need to go on some training course, and Macedonia also. And with this organization, it was very good organization, everything, and really good prepared, good trainers.